Let's get this done.
My camera should be on this time. I know it wasn't last time, but... So now we're going to do Khan! Alright. Now, Khan to me... Personally, my favorite... I think the strongest tank and my favorite tank in the game is Inara. Because she is the best point control. But professionally, if you said who the best tank in the game was, it would be Khan. Plain and simple. Khan is one of 2 champions that can heal his team outside of the support class. Khan is not very good as a actual tank, believe it or not. He's very good as kind of an aggressive tank, kind of as a bully. Let's start with this. Leon's Shield is kind of a crap card. There's no real good build for it because there's not a lot of cards that really strengthen it. The most that you can increase the health of your shield by is 600. So, like, I can't even increase my shield by 1,000. That was a bit laggy in the screen there. Oh well. But I'll just pick a loadout just to showcase it all.
Let's wrestle.
Let's just showcase it.
First blood.
And it just slowly recharges on its own. And you can have it get destroyed and we'll see. Not all that strong. Not all that strong. Off the card. I'll just turn that off. Anyway, so that's Khan. The next one is Vortex Grab. Now this you can build around. I'm just personally not a fan of it. To be honest, your Commander's Grab is one of your better escape skills. I'm gonna put that in third person just to showcase it off. There's your Commander's Grab. That's kind of your mobility tool for getting in and out of certain fights. Is using your Commander's Grab. Sorry. I'm tired. Using your Commander's Grab as an effective get in and get out type option. I'm not gonna kill her. Your Commander's Grab is very effective for things of that nature. Now, where your Commander's Grab really comes into play is being able to use close distance grabbing. Now, that's the advantage. Now, she's still stunned. She'll stay stunned like that for a little bit. The problem is, this card is really only effective if you have teammates that are willing to finish it off. And let me show you why, because this is what you kind of have to do. We're going to Commander's Grab her. You have to spin your camera around, and she's already unstunned by the time you can shoot her. In my opinion, this is what I like to do. This is what I will use Commander's Grab a lot for. As a killing blow. To just grab them and kill them instantly. Your Commander's Grab is also effective for a number of reasons, and I think Vortex Grab really isn't all that effective. In high-level play, I see the value of it, but in relatively lower-level play, it's not as successful. And what I mean by lower-level play, I'm not talking about casual. I'm talking about lower-level play being you don't have 5 people with you. If you don't have a team of 4 to 5 people that are on mic, this whole card is useless if you don't have anyone doing that. It's also countered relatively easily. This card is the easiest card in the game to counter because CC immunity and CC reduction cut this down. We'll do Storm of Bullets next. I only have one build directly for Storm of Bullets. That's the Victor loadout right here. This is mostly built around increasing clip. So I have a 40-round magazine now, and then using my Battle Shout and my Commander's Grab gives me ammo. So I'm just constantly having ammo. Another thing I want to note on how your Commander's Grab works is it works on shielding. So Fernando here decides, hey, I've got a great idea. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my shield up. No, you're not. No, you're not, buddy. You're going to die. This is Storm of Bullets. And it basically gives you enough firepower to just shoot through. You do have to control your recoil a bit.
Kill. Violent. Unstoppable.
Now, I like Storm of Bullets because on this build right here gives you the extra 10 rounds. You only have 40 round magazine. You fire really fast. You have a high clip. I mean, this is called Victor for a reason. This build is all about you being Victor. If you have to heal yourself, you can use your abilities to do that. It's also pretty easy to control the recoil on this weapon, I find.
9 in a row.
And if you're like me, you just want to hold down the bullet and let it go through the rest. And that's where I talk about using that as a killing blow. Now, in Storm of Bullets, how do you play Khan? Well, you're much more aggressive. See, you're not going to be shielding, and you're not going to have as much sustain, so you need to focus more on being an aggressive play, using your commander's grab to push up, spray your targets with as many bullets as possible, and you mainly are going to be using your firing line as a way to heal yourself and to restore enough ammo to finish a low health target. You have commander's grab that helps you with that too. But you should have enough DPS that you can handle it. As you can just see, the recoil is getting out of hand if you're not actively controlling. Like, that's how bad the recoil is. Now we're going to show you firing line and the number of firing line builds. So basically, this is what I have for firing line builds. So this is my healer build, which is a 10-second heal, plus eliminations taking another 3 seconds off, plus I will run Chronos with this, and this is just a tank healing build. You can do, the most healing I've ever done on this build is 80,000 in healing. So, Khan is a good healer. Khan is better than some. I haven't gotten 80k healing today, and I played 2 games of Cerus and 2 games of Genos, and I didn't get 80k healing. Although they were quicker games, but that's besides the point. So it's entirely possible. This is a solid build. Another one that we have is You Die, I Heal. So this is a little bit more sustain oriented. This is a cooldown elimination build. And then 75 health per second when the bulwark is up. And then this is what I call Life Siphon. This is similar to the Genos build. I will probably be switching this out because I don't find myself using these builds often. This is a Life Rit build with Kill to Heal. And that's something that I do use a bit often. And this is actually much more successful than the Genos. I can use this on Storm of Bullets, and I can use this on the other one, so it's pretty flexible. This, by the way, is Khan's recoil, without Storm of Bullets. You see how tight that is compared to Storm of Bullets? I'm not moving the joystick at all. I just want you to know that. So he does have a fairly easy to control weapon. And you can shred things pretty quickly with it. Now, where this really comes into play. Alright, so you say Khan is undisputed. Well, why is Khan the undisputed best frontline? You haven't showed it off. You've just been shooting the wall and shooting a lot of poor innocent character models. Well, here's why. Okay, so you have a personal shield. So most people say, I'm gonna buy Wrecker. And now you have no way to counter against the firing line cauterize. You have no way to cauterize that. And you say, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna buy cauterize. Well, now you can't get through the shield. Okay, well, I'm gonna buy Haven to deal with his, lot of bullets. Okay, you can't counter this, and you can't counter this. Right? Now you have no way to counter him on that. Also, Khan counters pretty much every tank in the game. Like, seriously, let's start. Khan versus Ashe. Who wins? Khan. Firing line cancels out the battle, counters out all of her CC immunity, and he can commander's grab her off of her ult. And if that doesn't work, he can just straight up ult her out of her ult. Barrack's a little bit of a harder counter with the turrets. because that's extra sources of damage, but I mean, pretty much, Barrack really can't do anything. I can Commander's Grab him out of his ult. I can't really pull him out of his ult, but I can pretty much do a lot of damage to Barrack. Because Barrack is a lower health tank, I can rip him to shreds easier. Fernando can only beat me in his ult, because that gives him CC and damage immunity. Other than that, I win. If he wants to charge at me, I have CC immunity for the knockback. If he wants to pop his shield up, I'll just Commander's Grab him out of it. If he wants to try and hit me with fireballs and try and pepper me with fireball damage, I'll just pop my shield up so it doesn't go through. Makoa's another one. Makoa, I force Makoa to play a playstyle he doesn't want. Like, if you're playing Makoa and there's a Khan on the other team, you run Leviathan, or you die. Because this is exactly what happens. I'm gonna run Pluck Makoa, and I'm gonna kill that Khan, right? I see the hook! Shield. I see the hook shield! There's the hook shield! That's how you do that. And then, you challenge Makoa! You're mine! Bink! Bye-bye, Makoa! It was fun! I'm just gonna plant this shell right here, and Makoa's not gonna be able to Commander's Grab in your mind. Poof. You challenge your mind. Like, Makoa's dead if he doesn't run Leviathan. And then he ults, and he's dead either as soon as he comes out of the ult, because Khan just goes, you're mine, or whatnot. Hey, Khan's ult pretty much counters every tank in the game, except for Makoa on Leviathan and Anara on Mother's Grace. Khan versus Khan, we're not going to talk about that, because, well, we're just not going to talk about that. Basically, the better Khan wins. Anara can't run the cripple, because Khan counters it with Firing Line, and it forces her to run Mother's Grace, so that she can counter Khan's ult, but by doing that, she doesn't have any effective way to localize and kill targets in close range to her, like her cripple field enables her to. Ruckus is pretty much just an annoying pest. Pretty much the rest of Khan's kit beats Ruckus. It's interesting how Ruckus is, because he's a high DPS champion, he can buy Wrecker and burn through Khan's shield, or he can buy Caught and keep Khan from out-shielding. And either way, Khan will beat him one or the other. But the thing is this, Ruckus has better mobility, he has more frequent mobility, he has better damage, he doesn't have a better shield. Khan can just shoot through his shield with Wrecker and then work on him. So it really comes down to whoever dies first, whoever's shield dies first, basically has about a 50% chance of surviving. Ruckus can ult Khan, can get ulted off by Khan and still come back. I do it all the time. And then if Ruckus ults, Khan can activate Firing Line and then put his shield up. Or his shield will take most of the damage and then he has Firing Line. For a brief damage immunity. Because I forgot to mention that about Khan, which I'll show you in a minute. He's got damage immunity. Terminus is another give and go type matchup. Because Khan can Commander's Grab you out of Power Siphon, but Terminus can just put it right back up as soon as that. Khan counters Terminus' ult by activating Firing Line, and he counters Shatterfall with Firing Line, and Terminus has to run Wrecker to get through the shield rather quickly. I mean, it's a close quarters fight, and Terminus is a close quarters character, but Khan still kind of wins. And you got Torvald. Torvald's just completely countered, because all he has to do is buy Wrecker and he's dead. If he tries to recharge, he just Commander's Grabs in and pulls him out so he can't charge shield. He activates Firing Line, and that completely counters it. Firing Line is like a closer range version of Grok's Totem. If you like Grok, you're gonna love Khan. Because basically this is what he does. And now I can't take any CC attacks. Nope, nope, nope. Your CC is done for. Bye. I meant to go to this. Pull up this build. This is my general build that I normally use. So how do you play Khan? Well, he can be a very aggressive push tank. He can use his dash as a mobility option to get in and out of fights. He has good sustain and damage bonus, so that enables him. He can push very well with his shield. Using his shield, this is a very effective strategy right here. Using your shield to push up, Commander's Grab, Firing Line, rip into him with damage.
kill.
Start killing some fools.
Violence is never the answer. Except
Now,
when I
how do you use Khan's ult?
You're mine, little man.
If there's an edge of a map, you can just chuck them off willy-nilly. A better option is to hold them still so that your team can kill them. That's a much more effective option. Let's see.
You're mine, little man.
What the hell? What was that?
You're mine, little man. Oh, say, can you
Wait a minute.
say? You're mine, little man.
Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah, baby. Double kill.
Hold on, I want to try this.
Double kill. Yeah, baby. You're mine, little man.
This is unfortunate.
Oh, okay, it is a glitch. I was about to say, did I discover a con glitch where I can kill people by ramming them into walls? Oh my god! But no, I can't. Anyways, so Khan's ult is very good for displacement, for example. A good example right here. This is how Khan supports his team, so I'm not gonna be. They're CC immune for whatever reason.
I feel stronger.
Now I can shield him while I wait for the cooldown. You alright there, buddy? You alright there, buddy? Nah, I got you back.
Violence is never the answer. Except when I do it.
I got to heal off on you. Oh. Khan is very effective as a healer. He can play as a healer, he can play aggressive push flank, and he can play as a tank. And Khan on firing line is really critical because it enables him to so effectively control the point. He counters the enemy CC. He counters all CC on the team, so it becomes very effective to counter Khan. You can counter him pretty effectively with, or he can counter most other tanks by running that. He has solid DPS at range. You have a decent amount of poke on him. 110 a shot, and then... Yeah, 110 a shot at range is not bad for a 200 shot weapon to be. That's very low damage roll off. I don't know why I'm doing that so much, but okay. So what do we want to buy for items on Khan? Haven or Blast Shield are good options. You don't really need Resilience because you should run Firing Line. Pretty much it's just Firing Line and Storm of Bullets. I can't recommend the other two cards. I think they're personally trash. So Firing Line, Storm of Bullets, that's what you're going to run. If you're running Storm of Bullets, you're better off on Resilience so you can effectively counter that CC, but if you're going to run Firing Line, there's no reason for Resilience whatsoever. Illuminate, again, we've already talked about Illuminate and Bulldozer. I don't feel like keep doing that. This is your critical category right here, because this is where you have to choose. Master Rider is always good for positioning on tanks, but he's outmatched by morale boosting Kronos. Now, I am going to be a bit critical. Your ult is kind of trash. For one thing, the range on it's not very good. I can't hit a target over there. I have to Commander's Grab in order to be in range for the ult. So I can't hit a target over here with my ult. I have to actually Commander's Grab to them before I can ult them. So that kind of hampers my range a little bit. Another trick I'm going to be critical is it is countered by CC, and it is actually countered by barriers. You're not going to be able to go through a shield. For example, you have to get behind Fernando to pull him out of his shield. Or you have to Commander's Grab and then use Triangle to pull it out. That's me trying to use it. But, anyways. So your morale boost is not a great option, but it can be done. Kronos is what I tend to run on him because I tend to run healing builds. So I tend to drop the cooldown as low as I can get it and play him as a backup healer. Basically, there's a lot of times where they're like, well, we don't have a healer, pick Khan. Khan is pretty OP as fuck. He's still one of my favorite options if you're going into ranked. If you need a first pick, first ban nominee, it is Khan. Khan is a top tier tank. I don't know why I'm talking in this accent all of a sudden. It's making me sound somewhat obnoxiously professional. I honestly don't know where this accent decided to come from. Nimble, I can't recommend because he actually has a card that buffs, that gives movement speed when you activate firing line. I don't run that card anymore, but it was a staple part. I sort of took it out just because I didn't find myself as that aggressive. I needed that movement speed to be that aggressive on Khan. I don't really find that. Healing items. Kill to heal, life rep, rejuvenate. Rejuvenate, you can get rejuvenate off your shield, where when you have your shield up, you get increased healing, and you can max out rejuvenate. You can just get healed so quickly with that sort of a build. Rejuvenate's always a good option. If you are playing a healing Khan like this build is, you're better off on Kill to Heal. I think Kill to Heal is actually the strongest card. I think it's slightly stronger than Rejuvenate because you do healing, and you receive healing. Life Rip is not a solid option. You can have 20% Life Rip in your kit, believe it or not. So it's not necessarily something I highly recommend and say, oh yeah, you need that in your kit so bad. And then looking at these right here, Caught, Wrecker, Reload. Those are all I really recommend. Caught, very effective. Wrecker, very effective. Death Dance, his reload is on the slower side. Let me show you what I mean. So we're going to just empty. I mean, that's a bit slower for an automatic weapon. For an automatic weapon of his caliber, that's really slow compared to Victor. It's more closer to Tyra. And you gotta hope that you kill your target. Firing line is also great because it gives your team and anyone around a buff for 4 seconds. And basically, if you hit all your shots, you're gonna be able to do a ton of damage. It applies to headshots. Personally, it's an extra 40 damage per shot. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, why would I run this? So let's look at this. Hold up. Actually, what am I thinking? I keep forgetting I can do this. Alright, so this is a firing line con. We're gonna see. Alright, so I'm 1 bullet short. Now we go to the Storm of Bullets loadout. Ready? Let me recharge real quick. We were 1 bullet short. If we had 1 more bullet, we would have done it. Here we go. Ready? One clip. So Storm of Bullets does give you actually higher DPS if you hit your shot. But, and this is a big but, it's not better than firing line, in my opinion, because of that CC immunity, because you're buffing your team. It's not really, it's really a toss if you go either or. Firing line is just the best thing that you can actually run from the standpoint that, okay, you are, shit. You're getting that CC immunity, you're countering so many enemy champions, and you're giving your team a damage bonus. Khan is really an overpowered type of juggernaut. I don't think. There we go again. I don't know what that glitch is. It's a bit annoying. What is that glitch?
Little man.
There's like a glitch here. Let's see if we can exploit this. Hold on. This is seriously a glitch. I want to find out what's going on with it.
Triple kill. You're behind, little man.
It doesn't work here. Like the edge of this wall right here is a death trap.
You're behind, little man.
I don't understand that at all.
You're behind, little man.
It's like they can't leave this room. It's like there's a barrier here and they can't leave the room. What the fuck?
You're mine, little man.
Oh my god, this is insane. Go over here then.
You're mine, little man.
That's exactly what it is. They can't leave this room. Oh my god. They've got a little ward over it so they can't leave. By the way, this is something I do want to mention because this is an actual thing. So Khan, you want to know what Khan can do?
You're mine, little man.
That is what Khan does if you chuck somebody into your base. It's an insta-kill.
You're mine, little man.
So I remember that if somebody decides to spawn camp you as Khan and you have your ult up, you're just gonna bring them into your base and kill them that way.
You're mine, little man. Bigger is better. You're mine, little man. Double kill. You're mine, little man.
This video is now digressed because I'm kind of tired and me just basically shooting things, but Khan is best tank in the game. End of story.